My name is David Sykes, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I am with the Love Movement, a new nonprofit company. I am here to introduce the first many steps in the business plan, the element filtration system. Although what I'm going to claim will seem unbelievable at first, like penicillin did, all single methods have been proven for years. When I was first presented this idea, it took 4 hours of research and to know that it would work. The process is truly that simple. The complicated part is making all the steps perform as one at the level we need it. It took over 18 months and countless hours to accomplish this, developing what we call the element filtration system. Through our patented design, we combined and modified some of the different ideas that humans have used for years. Then we added our new steps, completing our system. Through the science and engineering, we developed a system that takes the photosynthesis process to a much higher level. The element filtration system will be able to take the world's trash and turn it into a valuable commodity. This process will also create renewable energy source while cleaning the air, which will help reversing global warming. There are 7 steps to this element filtration system. We can recycle up to 85% of our trash by breaking it down into elements and groups of elements. For example, some plastic has 7 different elements. Those group of elements will remain together. The shredding process will remove all liquids and moisture from the trash and break it down into small pieces or elements, so we can separate the elements by weight. The same process will also separate what we can't recycle. The separating process will remove all liquids and moisture from the trash and break it down into small pieces, so that we can separate the elements by weight. The same process will also separate what we can't recycle. The separating process will automatically move what we can and can't recycle into individual storage bins. What remains or we can't recycle will go through our burners, completing the 100% process of the trash recycling. The storage bins will have a variable speed motor on the auger so that we can control the feed of the burner. There will be a heat exchanger on the burner to run a steam turbine to power this system, plus provide power to the area. This becomes very important for the next steps of the Love Movement. Then the exhaust from the burners will go into the fly ash tray, separating the fly ash. We do this because it can be used in different construction methods. The exhaust going through the fly ash tray will go into a water filter, cooling the exhaust and filtering out the soot. Then the exhaust fumes from the water filter will be transferred into the algae growth container, artificially creating a photosynthesis chamber, changing the fumes into oxygen. The layout in our 40-foot container has over 22,000 square feet of algae filtering surface. Through a 100% sterile environment, sterile controlled feed, the exact temperature to achieve maximum growth rate, and having water continuously running over it, the algae will grow so fast it will have to be harvested continuously. Then the hydraulic algae press with the proper amount of heat will separate the water and crude oil in 2 steps. Projections on selling these units are very high, and we base this from offers we've already had. Estimated staffing to handle manufacturing of the element filtration system is 10,000 people. There were many options on how we could have done this, and any of them would have been successful. But we had to make sure it would help all God's people, not just the 1%, but the people who truly need it the most. One of Love Movement's goals is to help people help themselves by giving them opportunity to be successful through guidance and providing the tools and resources needed for them to succeed on their own. Manufacturing the element filtration system is a program that we set aside for our veterans. This is not a handout. They will have to work hard for it. This will be for the veterans, by the veterans in every aspect. Over the next 2 years, our veterans will put up 50 manufacturing plants in the lower 48 states. Each plant will have 200 veterans working there with full and equal ownership of each plant from day one. Veterans will work their way into this program over the next 12 months by meeting the following requirements. There will be a one-time $25 membership fee to the Love Movement that all members pay. This will be used to hire staffing to oversee the Love Movement in its programs. The Veterans Manufacturing the Element Filtration System is the first of many programs to come from the Love Movement. If someone wants to be a member of the Love Movement and they cannot afford it, they can go to our website and get a waiver fee. They will need to host 100 public events to promote the Love Movement at churches, nursing homes, schools, VFWs, lines, malls, etc. There they will sell merchandise. The profit will go towards opening their factory. When each veteran sells $25,000 worth of merchandising, they will have all the funds needed to build their factory, and it will be owned by them debt-free. 90% of the book profits go towards the veterans. All other merchandise, 100% of the profits go towards the veterans. There will be 100% transparency on all funds and financial transactions. Each manufacturing plant will be owned and operated by the local veterans. There will be some guidelines in place to protect ourselves and the veterans. For example, to make sure the element filtration systems are being built, and to make sure some companies don't come in and try to buy out our veterans to create a monopoly. There will be a 20-year contract to build the element filtration systems. We will base this on a cost plus. This will provide them a constant profit margin. With the plan we have in place, 30 countries will buy the element filtration system. Through all the recycling process in the crude oil from the algae will create a fast return on their investment. 170 countries will get the element filtration system for free. They will have to follow our humanitarian guidelines. If they are not willing to do this, we will move on to the next countries. When those leaders see their neighboring countries benefiting from the element filtration system, we feel it could create enough pressure on them from their people to change. The Love Movement will approach the different countries for their land, trash, and water. We will place an element filtration system in their open air landfills. This will be the start of the first academy in that district. We will take the contaminated land and over time clean it and restoring it. Recycling 100% of the trash, making most of the materials needed to build the academies. What is the Love Movement? A vision of international, unconditional, borderless humanity. As the Love Movement founders, God has placed this burden on our hearts to show Christ's unconditional love. Through the Love Movement, our goal is to help all people, despite of race, social status, religious belief, or any factious man has created. Some members in our group have been working on this project for over 7 years. Through missionary work, they've seen the severe poverty and the inhumane ways God's people were treated and living. Through their experiences and convictions started the Love Movement. Through all the research, planning, and hard work from our group, we still went back and forth if we were ready or not to start the Love Movement. With all the problems that we've already faced, all the problems that will come because of the scale of this project, and the fact that we know we will be constantly ridiculed because we already are by some. So will we ever truly be ready? No, so it's time to get started. Over the last few years, our group have put their time and money into the Love Movement with limited or no income, not being able to make their mortgages, having utilities shut off, and their savings gone to help other members of the group. But we could not and did not stop working on it. We have had many opportunities to sell this technology and could have been some of the wealthiest people in the world. We went back and forth, what's best for the Love Movement and ultimately God. Although we would have used the money for the Love Movement, we felt it was best to keep it close to our chest, where it would best serve God, which is serving His people. Selling it would have fixed our monetary problems, but in the long run, it would have sold out the people that truly needed it the most. Family members and friends of our veterans, if you know someone that fits into this program and they need help or encouragement, Help them, encourage them, step up, and never wait for someone else to do it, because it may never happen. Gandhi once said, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. I hope that you will have an open mind to everything that I talked about, no matter how fantastic it sounds. A term I just learned and had to look up to know the meaning fits us perfectly. The proof is in the pudding. Thank you for your time. For more information, go to our website, thelovemovement.love.